Let me give you the real reason most guys in their 20s stay broke. It's not because they're lazy, it is because they are chasing shortcuts, and I've seen this with my own eyes because fast money, it feels exciting. And everyone thinks that they'll be the exception, but almost nobody is. And that is why in your 20s, the smartest thing to do financially, it's not the most exciting one, it's actually the most boring one. Stacking consistent investments, growing your career, living below your means, and giving time for compound growth to do its thing. Because in 10 years, you do not want to look up and still be broke because you're chasing hype. It's much better to be wealthy because you stayed disciplined while everyone else gambled. So in this video, I will be talking about why most guys stay broke in their 20s and some traps that you want to avoid. And at the end, I will talk about how you can actually build real wealth. So jumping into the first part here, I feel like there's this desire for fast money. In your 20s, a lot of guys, it seems like they want to skip the boring steps. Everyone talks about investing for 30 years, and a lot of people think, no, I'm not going to do that. I'd rather get rich quickly. The problem with this is that almost every get rich quick strategy is designed to take money from people who think like that. And some traps that a lot of guys fall into is things like options trading, day trading, sports betting, chasing meme coins. And all of these things, yeah, they sound great because, oh my gosh, if I just put, $100 into this meme coin and it goes up 100x, then I'm going to make a bunch of money. Or, oh, if I just hit this 10-leg parlay, I can turn $10 into $80,000. When the reality is a lot of these situations don't actually build you real wealth. They're very low probability scenarios, like very, very low. And you're not going to be the exception no matter how many times you tell yourself that you will be. Because at the end of the day, it just comes down to math and statistics, and they don't work in your favor. It's not how you build real wealth. So starting out with the first thing that a lot of people fall into is options trading as well as day trading. Now this is in regards to the stock market. Trading options and day trading, it may seem exciting, and the idea is simple, that you buy low, you sell high, and then you repeat it. But here's the thing, you're not trading against random people on Reddit. You're trading against full-time professionals, algorithms, and hedge funds with billions of dollars. As well as nowadays, you're probably trading against a lot of computers, so it's very hard to actually find an inefficiency in the market and take advantage of it before a massive program has already found it. And the harsh truth here is that most retail traders lose money. In fact, studies show that 90% of day traders quit within 3 years because they consistently lose. And to be honest with you, I just don't even believe in day trading. I have yet to see a professional day trader that does very well and does not sell a course online, because in reality, they're making money from their course. They're not actually making their money from trading stocks. But when it comes to options, most options actually expire worthless. And so it's almost like the house always wins. And the volatility of options, it's very addicting, but so is a casino. It's a very similar kind of logic there when it comes to dopamine and serotonin that you get from trading options as well as day trading. It's very similar to putting $100 in a slot machine. You pull the slot down, you lose money, you keep losing money, you keep losing money. And then, before you know it, you're at $50. Then all of a sudden you make $25 and you feel like you won. When in reality, you started with the 100, now you're at 75. It is a loser's game over a long period of time. And options and day trading definitely fall into this category. The next thing that I see a lot of guys fall into, and I noticed this kind of towards my senior year of college as well as the past couple of years, it has blown up a lot, especially if you watch NFL Sunday. I mean, there are commercials for this all over the place, and that is going to be sports betting. And this one is very brutal because it's marketed as a fun thing. Like sports betting apps, they'll give you free plays, they'll give you boosts, they'll give you different flashy promos, but all of it is designed to hook you into betting more. And the truth here is that a sports book makes billions of dollars a year because the average bettor loses. You may win small early on, so you feel confident, but at the end of the day, the math catches up to you, and your expected return over a long period of time is pretty horrible. One personal example I've seen of this is at my previous job. One of my coworkers, he kind of came up to me one day because he knew I was into stocks and investing, and he literally told me, man, sports betting has been kind of kicking my ass the past couple months. And I was like, oh, what do you mean? Did you have like a big bet that you placed recently that didn't hit, or what happened? And he's like, no, I just keep doing small bets, $20, $50, $100, but I realized I'm losing about $1,000 a month. And I was like, oh shit, that's quite a bit of money, because I think at the end of the day, he was making around $100K a year. So he's losing $12,000 a year on sports betting. He's not even making that money at all. And that's $100K pre-tax. So after tax, it's an even higher percentage than that 12%. And I remember telling him, I was like, why don't you just stop sports betting? But at the end of the day, it's not that easy. Like when people, when they hit for $500, they're hooked again. When they get one big win after having a bunch of losses, they're hooked right back into the system. And yeah, they may win that $500, but they end up, betting another $1,000 and losing all that. And over time, sports betting is just brutal. I've only sports bet a few times, but it's been very small amounts, like $5 or $10, and I almost lose every single time. So at the end of the day, when it comes to Vegas and the stats guys that work there, those lines are set very accurately. Like it is very, very hard to do well sports betting long term. Even if you think you know a guy that's good at sports betting, you probably don't. You're probably only seeing their wins. In fact, they will never show you their losses. I know a lot of people that do this. And the worst thing with sports betting too is it can be very, very very addicting. That is one thing I've also noticed. I know a couple people that have been sports betting for years and they have nothing to show for it. So that is something you want to absolutely avoid. And even if you love sports, betting is not investing. It's just gambling with a really cool app interface. Like, just like I said earlier, it's not any different than going and sitting down at the casino, and you're probably not going to hit that 12-leg parlay. And even if you do hit it, you probably will spend so much money before that finally hits to the point where you're still in the negative. So stay away from sports betting. I'm telling you guys, it is not worth it at all. The next thing after this is meme coins and very speculative investments. These are things like Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, random pump and dump cryptos. And the problem isn't crypto itself. I feel like Bitcoin and Ethereum have, some legit use cases for long-term investors. But the problem is there are so many guys out there that just throw cash at the next hype coin, hoping to get rich overnight. Oh, hey, if I put $1,000 into this and if it goes up 1,000x, then I'm going to be super rich. This is going to be amazing. When in reality, they never hit. And even if they do hit, they're not putting enough money into it for it to really make a difference. But again, the odds of this are extremely, extremely low. And also the psychology of it can get pretty brutal. Like, even if you put $1,000 in and that goes up by 100x, right? So you turned $1,000 into 100,000. At what point do you sell? Because you just went from 1,000 to 100,000. Your mind's probably thinking, well, how can I get to 200,000 or 1,000,000? And so the psychology of it is very similar to day trading and gambling. Like, once you're up, how do you know when to get out? And meme coins are very brutal in this regard. In fact, it seems like most of them are just like kind of scammy, like pump and dump schemes where somebody will trick a bunch of people into buying into a certain crypto and then they rug pull them, meaning they sell most of their shares, which then lowers the coin's price. So I stay away from meme coins and speculative things like that because a lot of times the coins are usually controlled by insiders or early buyers or massive whales that own most of the outstanding coins or shares of like the meme coin basically. So by the time you're hearing about it on TikTok or some form of social media, it's already too late and you're on the exit side of things, meaning that the coin is going to be dropping pretty quickly. And if your financial plan is based on a coin that's named after a dog or a frog or a meme or just anything like that, you're probably not investing. Again, you're just gambling. I even have another example of one of my buddies when I first moved to this different state a couple of years ago. This was like March of 2022. He moved a few months before me, and he has always been the type of guy to just go for the fast money. He's always trying to get the shortcuts. He can never just invest consistently, save consistently, live within his means. He's always borrowing money to try to make some massive thing that will go boom or bust. And at the end of the day, it's been a couple of years and he has nothing to show for it. He doesn't have a lot of money in his checking or savings accounts. He doesn't have some massive investment portfolio that is growing for him. He just has nothing to show for it. And at first he was kind of making fun of me for taking the slow and steady route. But then he's looked up a couple years later and went, damn, okay, your method's working and mine's not. And the funniest part about all this is he still doesn't listen to me. He's still going for these boom or bust things. It's like he realizes what he's doing is not working, but he's not changing what he's doing. It's kind of like that definition of insanity. He's doing the exact same thing, but expecting a different result. And so it sucks to see, but at the end of the day, hopefully he eventually learns and turns things around. But, that's just how it is. You can't control other people. And at the end of the day, all you have to worry about is yourself. So let's talk a little bit why these traps work. All of these things, whether it's day trading or betting or meme coins, they play on the same weakness, and that is impatience. A lot of guys in their 20s, I feel like, have this pressure of like, oh, I need to do really well. I need to be worth a certain amount by the time I'm 25 or by the time I'm 30. I need to make a certain amount, or I need to have X amount in a certain account. That way, I have a lot of money and I'm doing really well for myself. There are very few guys that I know, and I don't know why it's like this, that understand the concept of delayed gratification. And it's really important that you understand this because if you can just think even 3 years out or 5 years out from now, you can put yourself into a very, very successful position. And it's not going to happen overnight. You just got to be consistent. You got to be disciplined, but you can definitely reach your goals if you do that. If you're trying to turn $100 into 1,000 all the time, week in and week out, you're just wasting $100 most of the time. Like 99.9% of the time, you're just wasting money. And so the impatience that a lot of guys feel, that is one of the psychological weaknesses that all of these, different traps work on. Because people feel pressure to turn $5 into 10,000, they'll go try to trade options, or they'll go buy a meme coin, or they'll go sports bet and put a 10-leg parlay down or something like that. And so the impatience is what really kills people. And again, you just got to be disciplined and be a little bit patient. I'm not saying you got to wait 30 years to become rich. You can become rich in a 5 to 10 year period if you work pretty hard. But falling for these traps will not get you there, and it's only going to slow you down over a long period of time. Another weakness that these traps kind of fall into is chasing excitement over discipline. So yeah, it is very exciting when you turn $5 into 100, but then when you gamble that $100 away and it goes to zero, you still lost money at the end of the day. Like, it's basically like if you look at an expected return chart of gambling, you will see that you may start out and you may do well at first, or you may have these little bumps where you're making a little bit of money, but long term, and the more you do it, the more money you're just going to lose. It feels good to take a shot and maybe double your money money in a day, but in reality, most people lose more than they win, and that's why guys stay broke in their 20s. So let's talk about what actually builds wealth. Like if these traps don't work, then what does? And here's the boring reality of it is that building wealth comes from steady habits. It doesn't come from flashy bets. So some key habits that I think that you should develop to become very wealthy over a 5 to 10 year period. The first one is living below your means. If you make 50K a year, but you spend 50K a year, you don't really have any extra money to start, working for you and building wealth. So you got to live below your means and control your expenses. Do not flex your money and go buy a new car when you can't afford it. Try to avoid the car payments. Try to avoid, going out to the bars every single weekend. Like find ways to save money and be very smart about it. So living below your means is the first one. The next one is investing consistently. This is such an easy thing to do because you can just open a brokerage account or a Roth IRA and start investing today. And the only thing you need to invest in is pretty much the S&P 500. I have an entire video talking about why, so feel free to check that out. You can just buy index funds or ETFs that are proven assets that have done well over a long period of time. And even a short to medium period of time, like 5 to 10 years, they tend to do very well on top of that. So investing consistently is very important. And starting out, you don't need to invest a lot over time. Even if it's $25 or $50 a week, it can really add up over time. The next thing on top of these two is actually increasing your income. So try to focus on different skills that could increase your income. Maybe focus on your career and see where you could get a promotion or maybe change jobs to get a pay increase or take on a different side hustle that can make you a little bit of money. That will definitely add up over time because you can live below your means and that is a great habit to develop, but you can only save so much money. You can only decrease your expenses so much, but your income, that is unlimited. You can increase that as much as possible. So that is the third habit. And then the final habit here is to stay in the game long term. Wealth compounds with time. So be patient, invest consistently, live within your means and increase your income and you will do very well, especially if you look at things over a long period of time. If you're only investing for a day or two, you're not going to see results. But if you invest with the mindset of, oh, I'm going to keep investing consistently over a 10-year period, there's a good chance you're going to have a lot of money by the end of those 10 years. And so at the end of the day, most guys stay broke because they chase fast money, whether that's options trading, sports betting, meme coins, they all look exciting, but they're designed to take your cash. And I have seen it happen to so many people. I've watched people close to me lose thousands of dollars just because they get caught up in the hype. So try to avoid being one of those people and try to build wealth the right way. If you want to separate yourself from the average person, stop chasing shortcuts, focus on building real skills, saving money, and investing for the long term. And 10 years from now, you're going to thank yourself. So that is it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like down below, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.